Riders, welcome back to Sam's Bikes, where you know we only talk e-bikes, and today is day one of EuroBike. We are looking for new motors, new e-bikes, new tech, and you know it, all things e-bikes. So let's go. And straight off, we're at the Bosch stand, and we've got the brand new Bosch SX super light motor. This is coming in at 2 kilos. Check out the size, riders. We've got 55 newton-meters of power, and the peak power is 600 watts. But that is if you put in the power yourself. So it kind of goes up in like increments. So the more you put in, the more it's going to give you. This motor is super interesting, and I cannot wait to test it, riders. And it might be, fingers crossed, happening soon. It's also coming with a 400 watt-hour battery and also a 250 watt-hour range extender. So super interesting from Bosch. And now we're at the Scott stand, and we're the Dangerholm and the world's lightest electric mountain bike at 12.9 kilos, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me what you've done.
A bit of everything, really. That's the thing. Money makes a nickel when you're trying to build the world's lightest bike. So tons of details, but...
Is the frame stock?
The frame is stock.
Is the motor stock?
The motor is not stock. It's full capacity, but it has prototype parts from ceramic speed and some titanium upgrades to make it lighter.
And what about the battery? Does it have a full power battery?
Full power battery, but in a custom carbon fiber casing to make it lighter.
So 360 watt hours here.
Yeah.
Riders, 12.9 kilos. That's amazing. Well done, mate. Thank you. And riders, now we're at Rotwild with Danny, ex-BMXer.
Hey Sam, nice to meet you.
Thank you for your time, buddy.
For a long time.
We have talked over Instagram a lot. And check out the RX1000. Now tell me, Danny, what do we have here?
Yeah, we have the RX1000 from Rotwild with the new Pinion motor. You have the gearbox with 12 gears inside.
12 gears and 600 ratio, no?
Exactly. With a weight 4.1 kilo. Sounds a lot.
And the overall bike weight is?
The overall bike here you have 24.5 kilograms with the big battery.
That's pretty good.
So we call it X1000, but we have a 920 battery.
Yeah.
So, but the weight is still amazing. This bike runs on mullet. You see you have 29 and 27 on the rear with about 150 millimeters. So the all mountain with the gearbox, it's amazing to ride.
Nice, nice. And Danny was giving me the cliff notes here. So this is running a BMX chain, so an 8-speed chain.
It is an 8-speed chain, yes.
And so we've got 12 internal gears here. And get this, riders, no more derailleurs, no more tensioning. You do an oil change. That's right, oil change at 10,000 Ks.
All 10,000.
And that's it. And Danny, tell me, how much is this starting for?
Yeah, we start with the X1000 Pro version, about 9,900 euros, and up to the Ultra version with the Kashima, 12,000 euros.
Perfect. Thanks for your time.
Nice to meet you again.
It's got to be the most talked about product at EuroBike this year, the Pinion 12-speed gearbox and motor. So we're looking at 4.1 kilos, 85 newton-meters of power, 600 to 800 peak power, depending on the motor that you get. And riders, I think this is really interesting. I love the fact that you don't have a derailleur or a chain. Okay, so it's 4.1 kilos, but think about it. All that mass is in the bottom bracket, so more planted, and also the suspension's gonna work better, and also having no weight at the back, the bike's just gonna glide over those rocks better. I think this is a fantastic idea, and I am gonna be testing it very soon. Riders, we are here with the absolute legend, Troy Lee. Mate, thank you for your time. Welcome to Sam's Bikes. And you know what, riders? When I was younger, I always wanted a Troy Lee helmet. And I actually didn't even know Troy Lee existed. I just saw it as a brand. But this is Troy Lee, and mate, we were just talking about e-bikes. Now, what do you think of e-bikes?
Oh, I love them. I've been on them for like the last 15 years, I think. After I got hurt riding motocross, I got my first e-bike and I've never left. I put on e-bike races. I love them. They're a pleasure. I ride probably 4 or 5 days a week. I can just ride out of my house, go hit the trails for a couple hours and go to work. So yeah, they're amazing.
That's perfect. And on the channel, we see like Troy Lee's, moto and BMX and mountain biking and everything. But we see a lot of the moto riders coming back, like not coming back, but changing to e-bikes. Because I think possibly it's a little bit cheaper and a bit safer. What do you think about that?
Yeah, this is just so much easier to ride. I mean, you don't have to take all your toolboxes and fuel and go to a track. And I mean, I love going to the track, and I still race motocross, but but there's no way I could ride motocross 5 days a week. I mean, there's some days I ride twice in one day. I live in Laguna Beach, and it's 5 minutes down a hill, and then it's usually a 45-minute climb. On an e-bike, it's a half-hour climb. And we're climbing stuff that we've never climbed before. You're just like, no, that's crazy. But on e-bike, we don't mind flipping over backwards, and it's the challenge. It's almost like a trial. So, you know, I ride with Andre and Brian Lopes and Jeff Ward, and we're just having a blast out there. And the climbing, I say to a lot of people new to the sport, the climbing, it's just as fun as the downhill. I have more fun climbing these days. Yeah, I'm trying to slow down so I don't get hurt. But the climbing is the part that we feel like Rocky Balboa. When you get to the top, you're like, yeah, I made it, sweet. Now, what bike are you riding? I'm riding a Specialized right now, but I want to try one of these GasGas. Yeah, we're going to do a close-up of that, but that's the new GasGas. It looks amazing. Yeah. Is that your artwork on there? No, not yet. We got some artwork we're playing with, but it's so new that I don't even have a bike yet to even play with yet. I just keep seeing pictures. So yeah, right. Well, Troy, we're gonna make something cool pretty quick. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. And have a great EuroBike. Awesome. Take care. And check out the prototype GasGas with, I think, probably a Sram motor here. Not 100% sure, but this has been raced at the last week's EWS or EDR, the new series. And riders, it's looking really awesome. I spoke about this on the channel. We've got WP suspension. We've got, I reckon, like 170 at the front, 160 at the back. Looks like it's rolling on mullets. And as I said, we've got a Sram motor here. I would imagine it's like 85 to 95 Newton meters. And looking at the size of this battery, I would say it's probably like a 750 or 800. This is why I love EuroBike. I didn't know about advanced bikes. And check this out, the Maximalo. We've got 160 rolling on 29 wheels. We've got a Bosch race motor, 750 watt-hour battery. This bike is coming in, I believe, just over 11,000, but the base models are starting at 6.5. It does look absolutely awesome. What do you reckon, riders? Is it a yay or a nay? I'm going to say it's a yay. It's only 3 hours into EuroBike, and I'm calling it right here, right now. This has to be the best looking electric mountain bike this year. We've got the Nicolai, which has 150 at the front, 140 at the rear, rolling on 29 wheels. The new Bosch SX with 59 Newton meters of power, but peak power going up to 600 watts. If you bring that cadence up to about 90 to 110, and a 400 watt hour internal battery, and also you can get the 250 watt hour external battery. Riders, I'm going to say this is the best looking. What do you reckon? And we're at the Magura stand, and you cannot walk past King Bruni's Specialized Demo. Check it out, riders. It is so beautiful. It's actually got photos on it, and I believe this is gold plated, this linkage. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, the Magura MT7 brakes, my personal favorite. Riders, if you're anywhere near EuroBike, come and check it out. And we're at the flyer stand, and hot off the press is the Uprock EVO X. This is a big super enduro. We've got 170, 165 suspension. It is rocking the Bosch Gen 4 motor with 85 Newton meters and a 750 watt-hour battery. Very interesting design here. You can pop the battery out by loosening this bolt off here. Full carbon frame, main frame and chainstay. Riders, I'm going to say this is a contender for the best looking e-bike here. What do you reckon? And now we're at the Husqvarna tent, and check out the Hard Cross HC5. I'm absolutely loving the color and the price. This is coming in, I believe, 7,500 euros. Check it out. We've got Fox 38 factory, X2 factory, Magura MT7s, 180, 170 of suspension, rolling on mullet wheels, 7,500 euros. This is a good deal. Don't we love a prototype? We're at the Thok stand, and check out the Project 4. This bike is 3D printed from metal. There's a few world marks where they put it together, but I love this idea because they can print out one, change a little bit of the geo, print out another one, and get it to a working prototype really quick. But quickly, we're looking at the Bosch SX motor. So this is going to be the first super light from Thok. We don't know the weight, but it is going to have a range extender, and you can choose between a 400, a 500, or even a 600. I think this bike looking really good, and I'm loving seeing Thok's gone for a Bosch motor. Legend riders, we've just finished day one of EuroBike.
Cheers.
Cheers, Flo.
Just holding for the camera, girl. Eh?
Yeah, yeah, don't drink it. You're still working.
Yeah.
Still working. So we're at Rocky Mountain, and you might have noticed, or if you're a fan of the channel, you would have seen a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, I tested the Rocky Mountain altitude, and we are going to go out, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to do some serious riding, because Flo did mention I might not have got it right with that bike. Like he said there's a few things that I have to look at, correct?
Sure, that's correct. So I think we have test rides near the Alps and something like that. So I teach you how to figure out the bike perfectly. Also in mullet, every size, whatever you want to have. So
I look forward to it.
Yeah, we stay some hours and days.
And also we were comparing elbows, and I think he's ex-BMX as well, because we both got some pretty worn elbows here.
Totally.
Yeah. All right, mate. Have a great day. Thank
You
you.
too.
And we'll see you tomorrow, riders.
Here. Oh, you'll be here.